Welcome, friends. This is Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric, and today we're going to talk about the St. Louis Cardinals hanging in there despite all their injuries. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're almost to 600. You should be number 600. Also, find us on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, so the Cardinals, it's tough going right now. Nothing fixes problems like playing Pittsburgh, as we saw over the past week, and we saw first game against the Cubs, first series, and tough going, as I said, and well, there's a lot of things going on. The first thing I want to talk about is run support, mainly because, as we saw Sunday night with Adam Wainwright, 8 shutout innings, and he got nothing to show for it. This isn't the first time it's happened to Wainwright. He pitched a complete game against, it was Washington, mid-April, I want to say it was. And awesome there. Got nothing to show for it. He and John Gant are kind of getting thrown under the bus. And yeah, it's a certain bit of luck involved in this, but at the same time, both Adam Wainwright and John Gant are in the top 5 in terms of worst run support in Major League Baseball, meaning that they have the fewest runs scored in support per 9 innings pitched. For every 9 innings that Adam Wainwright has pitched so far this season, the Cardinals have scored 2.67 runs. Similarly, John Gant, for every 9 innings he's pitched, the Cardinals have scored 2.75 runs. That is 3rd and 5th worst in Major League Baseball among pitchers with at least 5 starts. That I'm getting that from Odd Shark. I imagine they're pretty up to date in Vegas. So while there is some luck of the draw with that, and maybe the rotations lined up so that they're both pitching against aces, the Cardinals got to do better for those guys. That can't happen. Now, conversely, Jack Flaherty's getting outstanding run support, and that's part of why he's 8-0. But you can't just not score when 2 of your 5 pitchers are pitching. Especially when, my goodness, Wainwright's been great. John Gant, what's his record? I believe he's under 500. Which, as good as he's pitched, I think going into his last start, he was 2-3 with an ERA of like 2.5, a little below. It was crazy. That has to get better, but it's going to be a little harder to do that with the injuries. It's getting kind of tough for the Cardinals right now. Paul DeJong out with the ribs. Hasn't resumed baseball activities yet. Maybe a few more weeks before he does that. Tyler O'Neill out with the broken finger. Going to be a few more weeks there. Yeah, looking at who's filling in, the outfield defense isn't horrible, but it's not as good. The outfield of Bader, Carlson, and O'Neill is athletically, it is elite. So that hurts. Justin Williams and Lane Thomas both hitting under 200. Justin Williams started off horrendously, bounced back a little bit, but now he's kind of come back down to earth in a bad way. Lane Thomas, it's there. We just got to see it. Now, that said, Edmundo Sosa in limited ABs is batting close to 400. Only 31 at-bats. Only 1 RBI. But we'll see. If the batting average stays even decent. Right now it's outstanding and crazy good. I expect that to come down. But even if he bats 260, 270, it's better than what Paul DeJong was batting. In terms of average, anyway. The power isn't going to be there, I don't think. But, I think he's doing okay so far. So the Cardinals, like I said, they're just hanging in there. Now, the one that may really hurt is Miles Mikolas. And that's not something you would expect me to say if you've watched other Cardinals videos that I've done. Or I've talked with David about, or whatever else. I'm not high on Miles Mikolas, but he looked good in his one start, and the issue is if he's out, who's going to replace him? That's the issue. Um, you know, Daniel Ponce de Leon, I think, can give you 4 or 5 innings as a spot starter. He's not a regular rotation guy. He just isn't. Johan Oviedo started off decently. Maybe the same issue. Maybe books out on how he pitches. But he has not been as sharp the last few times we've seen him, at least as a starter. So either one of those two having to be a starter for any extended length of time, I think is going to be an issue. So in that regard, Michaelis being healthy, I think, is very important. Yeah, so what's ahead for the Cardinals this week? Well, first they're heading to south side of Chicago, take on the White Sox. White Sox in first place, the AL Central. It'll be the first time the Cardinals face Tony La Russa, new manager up there. It's the first time La Russa's faced the Cardinals ever, and it's the only team he's never managed against from his days with the Cardinals, managing everybody in the NL and managing in Oakland for years, and with the White Sox the first time around. Lance Lynn will be the pitcher on Monday for the White Sox, so familiar faces all around there. Then the Cardinals are going to head to the desert and take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. I was surprised to see that the Arizona Diamondbacks are in last place in the NL West. Yeah, they're a half game worse than the Rockies. Well, I was not expecting to see that when I looked up the standings. And the Cardinals might be catching them at a good time. Arizona's lost 8 in a row, 9 out of 10. So playing them starting on Thursday might be a good time to be doing that for the Cardinals. Anyway, that is a look at where the Cardinals stand and what's lying ahead this week. Thanks for checking out this video. We're going to be taking a look at Mizzou softball in the Super Regionals later this week, as well as doing a Blues season recap. Once again, thanks for checking out this video. Hope to see you next time.